Alright, it is 9:29, a Wednesday, September the 22nd, and to make it quick, morning panic bounce play. This is going to be a potential follow-up spike day. Morning panic bounce play, red to green. Morning panic bounce play, red to green. This one's going to be a wash too, although this one I haven't seen too much. It's just going to be a wash. Maybe it could be a morning panic bounce play, but this thing doesn't seem to trade with the best volume. And yeah, I probably skipped one. This one could be a morning panic bounce play too. That's really all I have for right now. Alright, it is 9:39, and I did try to place an order at 9:32, and it was near the end of the minute, but it looks like it was a very quick turnaround and I probably missed it. Maybe there was a chance my order could have been filled, but that wasn't the case, and that's fine. Of course, I'd rather be in the trade, but this thing is trading like I don't know, looks like a spaghetti monster. And you know, now I'll be watching this if it makes a double bottom off of these lows, or maybe even a lower low. If it just goes green on the day and pretends nothing happened, that's cool too. Then I'll just try it again later. It's gonna have more range for another morning panic bounce play. FERN is also looking like a spaghetti monster, and I don't necessarily want to trade it. Maybe if it were to drop to the original breakout level at this 27 level, 26, I might consider it then, but I probably am not going to trade it, even if it goes to 50 by the end of the day, because I remember FERN just being the stock that did not provide any kind of bounce. It would literally just drop the entire day, and it would not offer like a nice morning panic bounce play. It wouldn't even touch a VWAP. It was a piece of crap, so I'm just gonna let this one be Mr. Spaghetti Monster. I'm not gonna do anything with it. IFAN also looking like a spaghetti monster. Maybe all the promoters are now changing their freaking buying and selling strategies into Spaghetti Monster Part 1. TGGI, it's nothing I want to do with it. It's not, you know, something I want to trade. CYBL, I guess you can call this a morning panic bounce play. None of these stocks are going to get my money, I swear, because they look all disgusting. ISWH is also looking spaghetti. It's looking spaghetti monster too. It's a no trade. I did at least try with ILUS because it did look clean at the moment, and I will watch it again if it does, like, you know, a double bottom, a lower low, maybe a higher low. But if it just continues to go green on the day, that's fine too. I'll just have to adapt to these spaghetti monsters, and that's really all I have. Yeah, this one too, right? TONR, but I think all the promoters are in together on all these stocks because they all look like spaghetti. Yeah, they all look like spaghetti. So no trades. They're not getting my money. I don't see how people would trade something this dumb, but you know, I'll just keep watching this. Maybe there's gonna be a setup. Maybe there's gonna be nothing, and I'll just have time to study and work on other stuff. It doesn't matter. But this is what I have for right now. Alright, it is 10:06 a.m. and I just want to really just go over everything. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's the thing. Maybe there's just something off with the charts, or maybe there's some kind of thing that they're trying. But look at SPY. Even SPY is looking like spaghetti monsters. So I'm not sure why all of these things are looking like spaghetti monsters, why they're trading so strange and wiki, but that's the way they are today. So I don't know. I'm just gonna see if this is a fluke or if it's gonna be something new that happens from now on. I don't know, but it's gonna be something that I'll just keep looking at. FERN, I've had zero interest in trading this. I'm going to remove it because I was interested in, well, I might not remove it, but again, I was interested in that breakout, multi-day breakout over this 27 level, and it's already looking like crap. It probably can turn around, but I don't like this stock in general because it's known to do stuff like this where it just drops and looks, you know, all disgusting. So I'm probably gonna just leave this one alone, although there's no reason why I can't try to, you know, in theory attempt to go green on the day. ILUS, it's still hanging in there. It's faded a little from this 35 level, now back at 33. Is this going to be a wash? Maybe it can be like you know, like a higher low setup risking VWAP. That could be something in the future. I did consider AAPT for a morning panic bounce play. It did kind of move again, very wicky, from that 27 level to, I guess the highest was 28.8, so there wasn't really a lot of range. But one of the main things that kept me out of this trade is that it's not tradable on Schwab, so I would have to trade a large size on E-Trade. And do I really want to trade a large size on something like this? It has a nice run up, but it doesn't look that beautiful, so I'm probably just gonna not trade it. And this is the same case with ICOA, although this one actually did a really horrible job trying to regain itself. So that's the case with this one. This one can do whatever it wants. I'd have to trade a large, you know, like just a decent size for me to consider it, and quite frankly I don't want to because it doesn't look that nice. IFAN, this one's the worst out of all of those. It's just fading. CYBL is looking a little weird. I actually did consider this one back here, but again, you can't trade this one on Schwab, so I would have considered a large size, and I wasn't really down for that, although I did get as high as 39, so this one's a little better. TGGI continues an uptrend, maybe a dip towards VWAP. I mean, it's from this 15 to 16.5, not the best range for a setup like that. And ISWH is just doing its thing. There's really nothing that I really like. I might even go and do something else if the markets are just gonna look this weird and ugly, and if that's the case, that's totally fine, but this is where I'm at. Nothing really interesting right now that I would want to trade. Alright, it is 4:01 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. Yeah, so no trades, nothing, you know, no profits, no losses. One attempt to buy with ILUS, and that did not work. Was not filled again back at 932. This was the setup here. This thing had like a big mumble jumble. I don't know if I would have traded it. Morning panic, well, not a morning panic, a midday panic, right? It drops from what, this 32 level, and if you count the wick as low as 26, actually that's not that much range. It looks a little more massive, but yeah, it came back, and I wasn't there when it did this, but I was there when I saw this, and I thought maybe this could be a cup handle, but those things tend to not really work the best out of all of the common patterns you can find on the internet, like head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. It seems to work the least, and you know, ideally an entry would have been in the 31s. It did peak at the 32 level, and you know, with all of this that happened, it was probably a lot of people who bag held or maybe are just selling into the spike, and you know, it's probably a bit scary. It didn't try to go green or anything like that, but it was a pretty nice move nonetheless there. And CYBL did a very similar thing. This one looks a bit sketchy, a little choppier. Does that mean the top is in? No, but it might try to consolidate at the highs. You know, it could do a bunch of things, but at least for now, this is going to be the top, that 47 level. It did close red, just barely. But yeah, that was a nice move. And this one was a cup and handle that worked better. Here's the cup, and then the handle would have been here, right? And then it went from this, what, 34 level to 38 at its best, and that would have been kind of hard, I think, to sell there. It really wasn't that nice. ISWH is, out of all of them, still hanging in there. TGGI is also hanging naturally. This one could be a nice morning panic bounce play at some point. I will definitely be interested in that one, even though this one's a bit sketchy. There were some other ones. The ones I removed, they weren't as ideal. ICOA, yeah, this one was kind of weird, but I guess it did kind of make a move. And neither of these I was able to trade on Charles Schwab, so I would have had to have traded a large size, and you know, these aren't really the best setups. I still can't short sell. I thought the short seller account would work, but it might be tomorrow. I'd have to check for the exact dates, but at some point I should be able to short sell these things, even if I trade a small position, because I have to mess with the collateral, the $2.50 rule. But it would be nice to short them, to just get better at that, to find more things to get better at. No high day breakouts that I really liked, and one more. This one was alright, but once I did his move here, it was kind of done. And I don't know what the issue was. All of these things look normal now, but yeah, in the very beginning they were all ugly looking. I don't know why did they all look so freaking ugly. Now they look normal. Maybe there was just something weird going on with the markets. I have zero idea why some of them looked so sketchy. Right? Even SPY. Like, why did it trade like that? I don't know. It must have been something weird with E-Trade, or I honestly have no idea. I was getting ready to think there was this new type of trading that was going to happen, new price action. Very sketchy looking, but yeah, it looks like it turned out to be normal later. That's really all I got. No trades, but I think it was okay. I did try ILUS. That would have been nice if I was executed, but that's fine. I think I did my best there, and I look forward to tomorrow, God willing.